74 MX. Track's looking perfect. They made some track changes. It's gonna be a good day out here. And welcome back to the shop. That was a great day at MX74. I actually had it planned to film this video from the track there that day. But man, we had a group of like 20 guys and it was loud and rowdy and we were all having debates and I just found no time to pull out the camera and film anything. So I'm going to film this video in the shop. Sorry about that, guys, but we're still going to get the announcements out. So I have a question and answers video coming up this week, and that's what this video is all about. Because this time of year is really busy for me. A lot of the race series kicks off, and everyone needs work to their bike really quick. They got to be at that next race going. Not only that, income tax returns, and a lot of people that had their bikes sitting around broken down. Check this out. They have a Up All Night Victoria's Secret cologne. My wife actually bought some of that cologne when she saw that. That was funny. But anyway, a lot of people get their income tax checks, and so they're catching up on repairs that they were holding off because they might not have had the money or whatever, or they're doing some extra work to their bike to get it. Long story short, it's a really busy time of year for me, and it's hard for me to get these videos out, especially when I do like the full motor rebuilds or suspension servicing or whatever, because it does extend the amount of time that it takes to get a job complete when I'm also filming. I have to set up the camera, pause it, all that, and I don't have the time right now to do a lot of them videos. But I understand that up north, you guys are all snowed out. Up in Canada, my friends in Canada and Northern America, you guys are snowed out. You don't have a whole lot to do right now except hang out in your shop, work on your bikes, and watch YouTube videos. So I want to get these videos out. So I'll be putting together questions and answers video later this week. I'll be doing it right here in the shop. I don't think it'll be as time consuming to spend the afternoon or evening in the shop and just answer some questions and throw it out on YouTube and get some content out there and give you guys up in the snow something to watch. And I will get this video uploaded either Wednesday night or Friday night, depending on which night is free for me. It's going to be one of them 2 nights. Feel free to ask anything, motocross related for the most part, but you can ask anything really. I'll answer it if it's suitable. Anything technical, whatever. I already have about 5 questions, and I'm going to read these off to you right now that I have. But if you have any questions down in the comment section, just put your question and I will answer it on that video on either Wednesday or Thursday. Pretty much every morning during the week, I wake up in the morning and I check my email for YouTube comments, and I answer whatever questions I can that morning, technical questions, whatever it might be. And I will still be answering that this week, the easier ones, but the ones that require a little bit more explanation, I'm just going to save it for the video, and I'll respond back, letting you know, hey, it's going to be in the questions and answers video coming up this week. So I already have 5 questions in line. Water on Fire. Now I'm real bad at reading these names, but Water on Fire asked for a WR450 2022. How long should I wait before piston change? I ride 90% woods and 10% dunes. Can I get 300 hours, or is it not safe? The next question is, let's see here, Cameron Brickford. Would you be willing to do a head mod for me if I send you the solder pieces with my head? I'll be answering that too. And Wisconsin here asked, what head bolt is the longer one for YZ250F 2021? Then 7177 asked, unrelated to the video, how many hours would you recommend for a KTM 500 EXCF? 90% trail riding, 10% road use. Manual says 100 hours for a complete rebuild. However, I read reports of people going 300 to 500 hours. Got that? 703 Youngster, what's going on, man? On this one, he's asking, should he re-hone the cylinder or hone the cylinder or use cylinder that he's doing a top end on? I will be answering that one. And yeah, and then number 6, my wife has one.
6, we got David's questions here. What's wrong with his head?
Oh, he's still alive. He got a big old...
He got a tumor on there.
Yeah, he's still kicking though.
We're trying to treat him good.
Yep.
But we don't know what's wrong.
Yeah. So if you have any technical questions like that, or even suspension tuning questions, or maybe just my opinion. You have any questions on my opinion, like maybe where's fuel injection going on two-stroke bikes or something like that, or what do I think about the electric bikes or whatever. I will also be providing links to other videos to help answer these questions even in more detail. Some of the videos will be mine and some will be from other people. I'll do the best I can. Now, I have to tell you, at 74 on Saturday, we were all having a great conversation. One of the things came up, and we were all in pretty heated debates. Everything from political to religion to even if the earth is flat or round. And of course, my argument is you can't prove to me if it's flat or round. I mean, yeah, you can show me a plastic globe or you can show me some picture from outer space, but you can't prove to me organically if it's round or flat. Yeah, some people say look out the window of an airplane, you can see the curvature, but there's also curvature when you're up high and you're looking down at something flat. So I don't know. What I'm basically saying is you're asking somebody that can't tell you if the earth is flat or round. This is who you're asking for questions to be answered. So keep that in mind. That's who I am. I am just a greasy motocross mechanic that rides every weekend. Been doing it my whole life. And I'll answer these the best I can with the experience that I have. And that's all I can offer. But upcoming videos, I believe it's a 2005 CRF 450. This is Turbo's motor. He wants me to put a big bore kit in it and a stroker crank. It's going to be a pretty interesting build. I'm going to have that one coming up in about 2 to 3 weeks. I also have a YZ250F. I mean, that's my YZ252 stroke right there. I have a YZ250F 2025 coming to me. I'm going to be doing a top end on that and the timing chain, checking the valves, all that kind of stuff. I believe the bike should have about 50 hours when it arrives to me next Monday. And I will be doing a video on that, so stay tuned for that one. So I'm going to get some videos in. I'm just a little behind right now and trying to get caught up. And that's why I'm making these questions and answers to try to save some time and answer some questions. And let's see, it could be fun. So stay tuned for that. Also, next week, I'm going to be at Daytona Supercross. It's going to be really cool. And I hope to see some of you guys out there. I rode my 2022 yesterday at 74. It was fun, but I got to tell you, my older YZ, it's right here in this shop, the one I've been using for hair scrambles now. I rode that the week before at Chrome, as you saw in the video, and the suspension of this thing, even though it's a little on the stiffer side, it's so dialed in and so good that when I rode my 2022 last week, I was like, I thought I had this thing really good. I thought I had it perfect, but I think there's some room for improvement. The main thing I was suffering with on this bike is it felt like it was using too much of its stroke unnecessarily. The rear end was diving down a little bit too low at times. At times I wouldn't expect it to. And the same with the forks, and that was causing a little bit of just chassis being upset and the geometrics kind of being knocked off. It made the bike not as easy to control as my older one. Now, my older one had the 5.5 spring on the rear and .48s up front, kg. And this one I decided to start a little bit on the softer side with the 5.3 in the back and .47 up front. And I did that because the newer model from 22 to 25 comes with slightly stiffer valving than the previous models did. But, I'm starting to wonder, did I make a mistake? Should I go to the 5.5 in the back and the .48 up front? I don't know. But I'm going to try to tune this one in a little bit more before I actually just throw some stiffer springs in it. I have the springs here, actually. That's a rear shock from a 2006 YZ 450, and that's the titanium 5.5 spring. So I have a titanium 5.5 that I can pull that titanium 5.3 out and throw that in, and I have some fork springs up in the other shed over there, a .48 I can throw in and give that a shot. But before I do that, I'm going to make some changes, and I made some at the track yesterday. I added just a little bit more high-speed compression. I went from here to right about there. You can see the little lines I scribe in it. And I know it doesn't seem like much, but if you watch my suspension series video, these things are pretty sensitive to high-speed compression. You don't want to go cranking it real far if you're looking for just a small change. So I did that, and I added 1 click of low-speed compression. I went inward 1 click, and that definitely got the rear end more under control, but then it felt like it was slightly overpowering the front. So up front, I just added 1 click low speed right here, and on 1 fork only. and that seemed to do the trick. I did try on both the forks. It seemed like too much, so I just did only one fork. Seemed to do the trick. Was much better, but then it was the end of the day. I was tired, and I was really unable to put the bike through its full pace to see if that was really it. So I got some more work to do on the bike, is what I'm trying to say, and I'm going to tune it in some more. If I can get it there, good. If I can't get it as good as my older model, I might end up putting a 5.5 on the rear. But that's where I'm at on this, and the .48's up front, of course. That's where I'm at on this, so just thought I'd get you guys up to speed on how this bike's doing. Otherwise, motor-wise, this thing's still ripping. Great upper mid and upper top end. Good roll-on power down on the bottom. The motor's just running so strong on this thing. It's very impressive. I think I currently have about 32.5 hours is where she's at right now. You guys watched me put this whole bike together on video here, and here she is at 30-something hours, still running strong, no issues yet. I did add one of these clevises on it, the Zeta brand or whatever it is, for less play. You know, you always have this little bit of play right here when you pull the lever down before it actually starts doing something. And the stock one, there's a lot of play in it. GYTR Yamaha sells a really nice one that looks similar to this, except the center pin here is made out of titanium, so it's probably a little bit lighter, but they want 59 bucks for it, where I can get these for 15 and does the same thing, except it uses a stainless steel center pin, but that's fine. Tightened that right up. That's pretty cool. So, yeah. Alright, well, I'm going to shut this video down. Stay tuned for the questions and answers. Go ahead, start putting your questions down in the comment section right here. I'll also round up questions from other videos. To save me time, I'll answer them on the questions and answer video coming up either Wednesday or Thursday. Stay tuned for that. Hope you guys all had a great weekend riding. Hope to see some of you guys next week at Daytona. If you see me out there, give me a shout out. I'll see you out there. Later.